Awesome. We're live. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Hey
Take
guys.
it away, Michael.
Hey, welcome everyone to the Storymakers Conference Tips. I just realized that we have an official title.
Yes,
And
we
today
do.
we're talking about social events, and we have special guests, Nikki Trionfo and Wendy Swore. Nikki, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Nikki Trionfo. How are you doing? I am on the committee of Storymakers Tribe. I'm also the social coordinator for the Storymakers, LDS Storymakers Conference Committee. And we'll turn it over to Wendy. You can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Wendy Swore. I'm the activities director for the Storymakers Tribe, and I also farm. And yeah.
Awesome. She was out replanting stuff just today, huh, Wendy?
Mm-hmm.
Nice and busy. Okay, Michael, go ahead.
All right, so the very first question that everyone's always going to ask is, what nights are we doing social activities?
Well, we're doing social activities every minute of every day. Just kidding. No. So a lot of people come to conferences because they want to meet people and they want to network, you know. And then they'll meet one or two people maybe at lunch, or maybe somebody they sat next to in session 3 or something like that. And they'll have some business cards, and that's kind of it. And it's kind of a shame because, you know, you're paying hundreds of dollars. And a lot of the information that you're getting, you could probably just Google how to make your first chapter strong or something. And there's something exciting about being in the conference with all the other people. But you really want to take it to the next step, and that is meet people. So we have after hours, after the dinner's done and your classes are over and you're ready to unwind, don't go away. If you're local, try to get babysitting and try to plan on staying. Sometimes those after hours things have been kind of hit and miss. You know, some people will get together and do something really fun, and another group, their activity just doesn't really take off. Maybe they don't have a place to meet or whatever. But this year, we're making a really strong effort to have everyone have a place to meet and to have a variety of activities throughout the evening so that different people can be excited and doing different things, because not everybody likes to do the same things socially. So we're going to have 2 events on Thursday. Well, it's all one big event. It's called Fight for Your Right, WRITE. How cute is that? And I know, right? So you got to fight for your right, a party. And we'll have a dance room, and then we'll have a room full of games where the lights will be on and the music not on so that it's not too loud to do a game. And then on Friday night, we will have also 2 rooms. We'll have a publisher's mix and mingle where you can hopefully meet some local editors of smaller presses. Also, we have a Storymakers Tribe mix and mingle, which is just a big get-together for everyone who wants to come. We're going to try to group people by genre a little bit or by location so that they can meet people who they might have something in common with. And Saturday, we can't forget Saturday. Saturday is the Whitney Gala, which is super fun, but you have to sign up today, right now, April 27th. So get online and sign up. And that one's the only one that has a charge, and that is $40 charge, but you get dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Really good dinner, yeah.
I've actually never been. Don't tell anyone. Seriously, until like 2 years ago, I always just went home because I'm local. I'm from Riverton, and so I would just jet. And then one year, Gina, what's Gina's last name? I can't remember. It is Larson, right? Okay, that's what I thought. Anyway, so Gina pulls me in, and she's like, "What? You're missing the best part!" And she like ran me around and introduced me. But basically, without Gina there, I was a little bit lost as to what to do and how to navigate it. So we're trying to make it easier to navigate. So we're trying to give you a place to go and activities to do, and then if you want to do your own thing separate from that, awesome. But you're certainly welcome to join us.
Yeah. And that Thursday activity will mark a year when me and Nikki first met each other.
That's true. Like
at a social event
anniversary.
on Storymakers. Oh my god.
That's so true.
All right, so let's talk about, you mentioned a few things. So we throw a lot of words around. What is Storymakers Tribe? What is Authors Incognito? What's the difference between Storymakers Tribe and the Storymakers Conference? You want to hit that?
So Okay.
Wendy, yeah, this is you, Wendy. Go for it.
Authors have a sister group to the Storymakers. It's been around for almost as long as Storymakers has, and a lot of the people that are really well known originally were part of it also, like Tristy Pinkston and all those kind of guys. And it was for everyone because Storymakers have certain requirements to be able to join that, but we needed a spot for people who weren't published and who didn't have an agent to still be able to be a part of the fun and feel like they were included, not just during the conference, but the whole rest of the year. And so it was a way for us to be able to connect. It was set up through Yahoo Groups, and just that kind of went away. That we're done with the Yahoo Group thing. And last year was super exciting that Storymakers decided to try to be a little bit more supportive of the Authors Incognito, and so then the name changed to Storymakers Tribe, and we're working together a lot more closely with the Storymakers committee.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the history of it. It's always been around, but now we have a new name, and we're cooler just because we are. So.
Every year cooler, right?
All right.
Go
so
ahead, Michael.
So that is the yeah. I mean, so that's what Thursday night we're gonna have a Storymakers Tribe, Authors Incognito. Well, we're just gonna go Storymakers Tribe, right? That's what we're calling it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So get together. And also, let's see, on Friday. Oh wait, no, I guess we kind of talked about that. So I've been to the genre mix and mingle, and that was really cool. I actually met a friend, and we started exchanging beta reads from the genre mix and mingle because we're both in
Very
fantasy.
cool.
So Nikki, you've been at the Publishers Mix and Mingle, right? How was that experience?
It was pretty awkward, in my opinion. In fact, if I hadn't had Gina there, I wouldn't have lasted. So Gina comes into this room where there are 8 tables or so, and there are editors sitting there, but they're not really very well labeled. It's not like they have a big, huge name tag that says editor, so it's really kind of hard to know like who you're looking for. Yeah, and also for me it was really awkward because I don't know if you can kind of picture this, but imagine it was like a wedding line where you just stood in line for your turn to talk to the bride and groom, only it wasn't a bride and groom who was standing there. It was an editor who was behind like a 4-foot table and seated. And you would get to your turn, and you'd be like, "Hi, I'm Nikki. I wrote a book. You're an editor." I don't know. It was so awkward. I just didn't know what to say. Like I felt like it was horrible. It was way worse than a pitch, in my opinion. And I felt like it was too bad because I was like, if they would like get rid of the tables and maybe have some. I don't know, like some topics of conversation, or just like if it were like a real party, then people could get to know each other a little bit better. So this year, what we're going to do, we're going to try the best we can to make it a little more fun and to try to encourage people to actually mix and mingle. So what we're going to do is have challenge questions. I should have grabbed a few. In fact, I have some right here. I was just working on this today. So every 5 minutes, I'm going to have a timer that goes off on my phone, and I'll put it up to the microphone, and I'll just have this hopefully not so annoying timer that kind of stops everyone from talking, and I'll issue one challenge question from my list of questions. If you're already in the middle of an awesome conversation, then you ignore my question, you just keep chatting. If you've already been chatting with an editor for 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to ask the editors to maybe politely say, "Hey, it was nice to meet you," and then move on so that they can meet other people, you know what I mean? And the challenge questions are all just, so I'll just read a few. Did you hate any of your English teachers? And if so, please tell us a horror story about them. So they're supposed to be kind of writing related and like just kind of silly get to know you questions. They're not. How would you survive the zombie apocalypse? Bonus points if you incorporate your food storage. So again, nothing like, it's not really like a formal pitch. You're not really talking about your manuscript per se, but you're just kind of getting to know people. But if you're in a conversation with an editor and you want to bring up your manuscript or you have a question, then don't do these questions. Do what you have prepared. But for some of us, we didn't have anything prepared, and it was a little bit awkward. So we're just trying to make it kind of fun.
Okay. And I have lots of horror stories of my English teachers.
I'm sure.
A lot.
I'm sure.
The one that taught me how to use adjectives and adverbs. That one really good. Okay, so another important question. What should we be bringing? Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night? Anything special we need to bring?
So for Friday night, for the mix and mingle, then you want to go ahead and bring an extra book if you have one, or you could bring more than one if you're like me and hoard books and need to get rid of a few. Bring those because we're going to have a book exchange. It's a fun way to have everyone be able to pick a new book to take home, right?
That sounds really
And then
exciting.
you could bring a little treat or something that we could use as a prize because we don't really have a budget for it, but we want to try to. We will play a few fun games besides having the different genre areas where people get together for that. We'll have a couple of games that are all get-to-know-you games, so you can come away with more friends, and including in those we'll be giving away some of these prizes. And so if you could bring a prize and a book, then that would be awesome. You can bring treats if you want, but you have to have a treat that you could keep with you because we can't have like a treat table this year.
Because we're not allowed to. we
talk about the dance.
Yeah, you know what? Oh, that actually, I'm gonna take over for just 1 second. I will say that for the dance, we're gonna have some food there. It's gonna be awesome. Jenny has figured out a way to provide some food and drink for Thursday, but Friday we do not have the budget for both nights, and so there won't be food and drink. So, but people are welcome. Of course, you're allowed to bring in your own food, like your Coke or whatever that you have yourself, but you're just not allowed to bring in like your cookies that you made at home because they don't allow it. So, but if you have like a stash of like chocolates in your pocket and you're like handing them out, you're totally fine. So.
Like talking about Gina handed out mints with her business card last
Totally.
year. I remember that.
Yeah. Totally.
All right, and I think, isn't there something like karaoke happening?
Oh yeah, totally. There's
You want to talk
karaoke.
about
And there's the
that?
good boy dance, right?
There's the good boy day. That's right. How are we?
Oh
not
my
gonna know
goodness.
Okay. So karaoke night is during part of the dance, and I envision that some people will be dancing during the karaoke night. So we plan to do just regular dancing for about an hour, hour and a half, and then we'll start the karaoke, and we'll just let them go. We'll see how that goes. And I assume that people are already pre-signed up and they have their songs picked, and I assume then some people will want to get on the list, and we might go a little bit past 10 o'clock if there's a lot of interest, but I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know how it'll go. If it's terrible and it runs everyone out of the room, I mean, I don't know. We might all try to escape, depending on how good the singers are.
This is Thursday night, right?
Yeah, this is Thursday night.
All right.
Thursday,
And
yeah.
when are we bringing in props? Because I thought I was running a photo booth. Is that correct?
So there's a photo booth that runs the entire conference.
Oh, the entire conference. All right.
And you'll see it. There's a big, there'll be a big wall that says Storymakers, and the photo booth will be there. And all day long, if you want to just like ditch out of your class for 15 minutes and go to the photo booth and take silly pictures and post it on Twitter, post it on Facebook, hashtag it if you want. Don't want, we just whatever, just for fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Who's running that?
I guess I am. I don't know.
Okay.
You want to run it?
I guess I
Run it?
yeah. I really want to do corny high school photos. So
Yes,
if we get enough props.
For
we
real,
need-
actually, Michael, like anytime you're taking pictures of someone and you want to like run to the photo booth and take crazy pictures, like we would love it. We were thinking, we were kind of envisioning it being a general nerd photo booth, you know, where you would like you can get into your nerd Harry Potter costume, or we have like nerd glasses, and we have like little mustaches that you can put on to just, I don't know, just silly stuff. So,
Awesome.
and it's right next to the Storymakers sign.
Oh, awesome. So I think then if we're all good, Thursday night, I'll go do that. I'll ask if everybody wants to get their like corny high school photos done. I will be there to do them.
Totally. Make a post on Facebook, you know. It'll be rad.
All right. And then before we leave, let's do a final rundown. Let's do a final rundown. I'm on the chats right now. There's
you are? Okay, just making sure. Okay.
I think you already, let me go back to Facebook. You already answered Kenneth's question. Got to get a babysitter because we're going to do it late.
Absolutely.
That's all I got.
Okay.
So let's just do a really quick rundown again. Thursday night, what's happening?
Thursday night, there are 2 rooms, a dance room and a game room with board games and parlor games. That's a little more low-key for people who don't like crazy dancing. And they both will run concurrently. You can float in and out of both rooms. It is from 8 to 10 o'clock. And then on Friday night, there are also 2 rooms. The time is the same, 8 to 10 o'clock. and you can run between both rooms. You don't have to settle on one. And as far as what the rooms are, I'll just tell you that on Thursday night, the rooms are in the Marriott Hotel. And on Friday night, the rooms are right there in the conference center where we've been meeting all day. But we will have signs up, and it's also listed on your schedule. So I'm not going to go into because you're not going to remember anyway. So just look on your schedule, and it'll have the place where you need to be.
Awesome. And then Saturday night.
And then Saturday.
Don't forget to bring a book and a prize.
That's
on
right.
Friday. On Friday,
Thursday,
right? Or...
Yeah, Thursday you don't need to bring anything. Friday bring a book and or a prize. If not everyone has to bring a prize, but
if
yeah.
you don't remember, then come anyway.
Right, yeah, please come even if you don't have it. And then on Saturday the Whitney Gala is where, Michael? You tell us.
It's going to be at the conference center, right?
So it's at the conference center.
Nope,
But
wait.
you know what? It'll be on the schedule.
It'll be on the
You don't
schedule.
have to memorize all of this. You just need to have a general idea of what's going on so that then you can look at your schedule.
It's at the Marriott. Tickets
Is
are...
it at the Marriott?
Yeah, tickets are today, are the last day to get them.
That makes sense. They usually do it at the
And
Marriott.
if there's going to be any last-minute stuff, I mean, I would check the front desk, ask if there's any Whitney tickets, because I think that's how I did it. I can't remember now if I bought Whitney tickets last minute or not. But
okay.
you do need... I mean, it is a place, like it's a formal place setting, like food.
And you have to be dressed up, so you have to know you're going in advance.
It's a gala.
It's like black tie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a black tie. Well, it's a black tie optional event, so yeah, it's a gala.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, sorry, I've been having it on me that whole time. Sorry.
That's
Go
okay.
ahead. Why don't you close us out, Michael?
All right, guys. Well, I think we might have one more.
Okay.
We might have one more. I think we're gonna try to do the pitch sessions. So I'm gonna try to grab an editor and I think Michelle, whoever's over pitch sessions.
Perfect.
So that'll be like the last one next week. And then, but otherwise, if this is the last one, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and we hope to see you all during conference. Say hi to us if you see us around, anybody from the Storymakers Tribe, and good luck. And be social. Be social.
Bye-bye.
Bye.